It is Birdstone.
He had a tremendous amount of class, too, which I think is so important in a race.
But they are all left in the wake of this good-looking 2-year-old.
Again, there's no sure things, but I don't see how this horse could miss.
Here comes Birdstone! Birdstone surges past Smarty Jones! Birdstone wins! They're off. Horn Soap breaks on top. Monopoly Money is there. So too Bold Love, and Temescal Ridge comes up the inside. Birdstone with the leaders. Up the backstretch, Temescal Ridge. Out to take the lead. Monopoly Money is second. Birdstone on the chase, running in third. Horn Soap broke on top, but is now back racing fourth. 10-Pound Bay moves through on his inside fifth. Tynan is sixth. Bold Love shuffled back to seventh. Then farther back, it's My Buddy, My Pal. Single file trails the field. Temescal Ridge going head-to-head with Monopoly Money. Through a quarter in 21 and 4/5 seconds, and Birdstone is stalking them, and Birdstone is making his move with 3 furlongs to go. 3 lengths back, Horns Hope within striking range is fourth. Another 4 back to 10-Pound Bay and My Buddy, My Pal. Birdstone's taken the lead with a flourish and will arrive at the top of the stretch, pulling away from the field by 3 lengths. Birdstone pouring it on as they come down the stretch here, and then it's Horns Hope who's roused up second on the outside. Bold Love making a late run down the center of the track. Monopoly Money is fading, but they are all left in the wake of this good-looking 2-year-old. Birdstone galloped, won by 15 lengths. Bold Love was second, and Horns Hope was third. My Pal, Birdstone's taken the lead with a flourish and will arrive at the top of the stretch, pulling away from the field by 3 lengths. Birdstone pouring it on as they come down the stretch here, and then it's Horns Hope who's roused up second on the outside. Bold Love making a late run down the center of the track. Monopoly Money is fading, but they are all left in the wake of this good-looking 2-year-old. Birdstone galloped, won by 15 lengths. And they're off. Read the footnotes. Dashboard Drummer and Chapel Royal all break together from their outside posts. 2.5 lengths back, and Birdstone is away fourth. Paddington is reined in to rate back in fifth position. At the back of the pack, Notorious Rogue and the early trailer Midnight Express racing down the backstretch. A pumped up Read the footnotes. Chapel Royal right there with them, stride for stride, and he pokes ahead in front. Just in behind them, Dashboard Drummer backs off into third. Birdstone well out into the track, and now he's advancing from fourth after at the half-mile pole. The opening quarter, 23 and 4/5 seconds. And Paddington is just cruising along about 5 lengths from the lead. There's a break of another 6 to a yet unhurried Notorious Rogue. Longshot Midnight Express trails 5 furlongs out. Moving for the far turn, and Chapel Royal has overtaken Read the Footnotes, the half, in a fairly soft 48 and 1/5 seconds. And here comes Birdstone. He's on the move now. Second on the outside. Dashboard Drummer taken to the outside for clear running. And now Paddington has asked for more run. And Notorious Rogue is coming alive. 3 furlongs from the wire. Chapel Royal in control as they approach the top of the stretch. Birdstone is just off his flank. Read the footnotes. Dashboard Drummer, Paddington fifth, Notorious Rogue wide and sixth in the field. Turns for home, Birdstone and Chapel Royal head for home together. Chapel Royal on the inside, Birdstone on the outside. Bailey says go with Birdstone, and they have wrestled the lead away from Chapel Royal. Birdstone and Chapel Royal is a stubborn foe, but he's now a half length behind. Farther back, Dashboard Drummer, and they're coming down to the finish, and it's going to be Birdstone in the Champagne, winning by 2.5 lengths, defeating Chapel Royal, and it was 6 lengths back to Dashboard Drummer third. Birdstone is just off his flank. Read the footnotes. Dashboard Drummer, Paddington fifth, Notorious Rogue wide and sixth in the field. Turns for home, Birdstone and Chapel Royal head for home together. Chapel Royal on the inside, Birdstone on the outside. Bailey says go with Birdstone, and they have wrestled the lead away from Chapel Royal. Birdstone and Chapel Royal is a stubborn foe, but he's now a half length behind. Farther back, Dashboard Drummer, and they're coming down to the finish, and it's going to be Birdstone in the Champagne, winning by 2.5 lengths, defeating Chapel Royal, and it was 6 lengths back to Dash.
To back away. He's ready now. They're at the post. They're off. Good start. Birdstone came in an all-true show speed. Smoocher threw from the inside. Kapelczynski was a bit slow into stride, but now he's going to go up and challenge for the front, and the early trailer is Farnham Alley. It is Cayman quickest at the clubhouse turn. He's a tight length in front of Smoocher, who has to tap on the brakes, and Smoocher is at the rail. He's just been passed by. Kapelczynski to the outside. Birdstone is 3 deep, and he's in the clear, less than 2 from the front. All True and Farnham Alley at the back of the pack. 4 lengths from first to last as they turn into the back stretch. Cayman trying to go it all the way. He's a length and a quarter and traveling comfortably in front of Kapelczynski in second. Jerry Bailey places Grade 1 Stakes winner Birdstone in the clear. He's 3 deep and less than 2 from the front. Smoocher is at the rail and shuffles himself back just a bit. Farnham Alley and All True still at the back of the pack, but certainly with the front runners in their sights. 3 lengths from first to last, a half-mile left to race, and Cayman is still the leader. He's got 2 fresh challengers. Kapelczynski 2 off the fence and Birdstone 3 wide. Birdstone is traveling very comfortably for Jerry Bailey. He's less than a length now from the front. Smoocher is put to a full-out drive. He's joined through from the inside by Farnham Alley. All True is 6th and last, and they run to the quarter pole. Kapelczynski between horses. Birdstone 3 deep. Cayman all hard at the rail. These 3 line up at the top of the stretch, and here's Birdstone to put half ahead in front. Birdstone has taken over the lead, and he's doing it nicely. Kapelczynski under a full-out drive. Cayman is back to 3rd, then Smoocher, and they come to the final 16th, and Birdstone levels out nicely. It is Birdstone now 2.5 lengths in front. Kapelczynski is 2nd. Cayman is 3rd. It is Birdstone in a breeze. Maybe a Derby star in the making. We'll see. Birdstone won by 3, and he did it well.
Start. Will he take his place in racing history? We'll see. They're off in the 136 Belmont. Smarty Jones got off to a good beginning today. Eddington not off particularly well. Rock Hard 10 is showing speed this afternoon. He's right up there with Smarty Jones, who's on the outside. Purge comes through on the rail, and Eddington will be on the outside of Smarty Jones as they move into the clubhouse turn. And then it's Cayman now, who's running 5th and angles over toward the inside. Birdstone in between horses 6th, Royal Assault to 7th. Master David is reined in to run back in 8th position, and Longshot Tap Dancer trails the field. Purge is the leader. Rock Hard 10 right up on the pace today, and Stuart Elliott trying to find a comfort zone there with Smarty Jones. They're in the clear on the outside 3rd, not far behind Jerry Bailey, and Eddington running along in 4th. Then they're followed by Royal Assault and Birdstone on the outside. The opening quarter went in 24 1/5 seconds. The half 48 3/5 seconds. The pace is fairly soft, and Smarty Jones has taken the lead as they begin their long journey down the Belmont backstretch. But he's not going to get a breather. It is Eddington to press him all the way, and Rock Hard 10 looms large just in behind the lead. He's only 2 lengths behind Smarty Jones now. There's a break of another 2.5 lengths back, and Purge down toward the inside. He's working harder to be 4th. Birdstone's alongside him. The field now moving for the 5 furlong marker. Smarty Jones, a challenge on the inside from Rock Hard 10. There's 5 furlongs to go, just a minute from the wire, and Smarty Jones has to hold on to that lead for just 1 minute more. Rock Hard 10 is pressing him from the inside. Eddington is working harder to stay within 2 lengths of the lead. Birdstone commences a rally. He's 6 lengths from the front. Purge has nothing left. Then farther back, it's Royal Assault, Master David, and Tap Dancer around the far turn, and it's Smarty Jones. He lets it out a notch to lead by 1.5 lengths. Birdstone is coming up on the outside. Rock Hard 10 is toiling. He's now 3 lengths behind. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Smarty Jones is a 4-length lead. Birdstone is moving to be 2nd on the outside. Rock Hard 10 is back to 3rd, and Smarty Jones enters the stretch to the roar of 120,000. But Birdstone is going to make him earn it today. The whip is out on Smarty Jones. It's been 26 years. It's just 1 furlong away.
Birdstone is an upstart front. They're coming down to the finish. Can Smarty Jones hold on? Here comes Birdstone. Birdstone surges past. Birdstone wins the Belmont Stakes. Smarty Jones was valiant but vanquished, finishing second. Royal Assault came on to be third. Smarty Jones is a 4-length lead. Birdstone is moving to be second on the outside. Rock Hard 10 is back to third. And Smarty Jones enters the stretch to the roar of 120,000. But Birdstone is going to make him earn it today. The whip is out on Smarty Jones. It's been 26 years. It's just 1 furlong away. Birdstone is an upstart front. They're coming down to the finish. Can Smarty Jones hold on? Here comes Birdstone. Birdstone surges past. Birdstone wins the Belmont Stakes. Smarty Jones was valiant but vanquished, finishing second. Royal Assault came on to be third.
You know, we'll start with his massive heart. You know, he had so much courage, I think, and beating a horse like Smarty Jones in front of, 120,000 people and 33 million people watching on the tube. Yeah, he was part of history, and I think he had a feeling that, that was his day. He had a tremendous amount of class, too, which I think is so important in a racehorse, because I think if you don't have that class, you're never going to reach the pinnacle. You're never going to get way up there. And he did. He had a tremendous amount of class, and he proved it, winning the Champagne, winning the Belmont Stakes, and of course winning the Travers. He's just been a gentleman and a very classy horse to train. His pedigree. You can't forget his pedigree. Grindstone, his father. He won a race called the Kentucky Derby. You look at Grindstone's father, Unbridled. He won a race called the Kentucky Derby. You look at Birdstone, what he did for the Belmont became, part of history, and look what he did for the Travers and, of course, the Champagne. Then you look at his sister, who won the Kentucky Oaks. I mean, you got Champagne, Kentucky Derby winners in there, Belmont Stakes winners, Travers winners, etc., etc. You got the whole package. And, again, there's no sure things, but I don't see how this horse could.
We're ready for the start of the 135th Travers Stakes. They are in the gate and they are off. And Lionheart was off just a beat slowly, but quickly he's making strides and he's racing eagerly for the lead. Eddington is reined in to run back in second, and Purge is going to move right with Lionheart as they move by us for the first time. Here's Suave to be third. Sir Shackleton is running along in fourth. And then it's Eddington, followed by Birdstone, and stretch running the cliff's edge is the trailer as the field hits the clubhouse turn. Lionheart and Purge is pushing him along. Eddington just in behind the lead, sitting third through a quarter that goes in 24 2/5 seconds. So Lionheart out there with the lead. Joe Bravo trying to settle him down while in front. Purge is back off a bit. Purge is backed off a length and a half behind the leader in second position. On the inside, Eddington in hand in third. And it's Suave in the clear in fourth. Birdstone down on the inside in fifth position. And alongside him, it's Sir Shackleton. And Shane Sellers guides the cliff's edge for clear running to the outside down the backstretch run. 48 seconds flat for the opening half mile. So that does augur well for Lionheart, who gets away with a fairly easy opening half mile. The leader by a length. On the outside, Purge right there, poised to pounce in second. And Birdstone is now third as they move for the far turn. He's only a length and a half behind now. Around the far turn, and it is Purge to the throat latch of Lionheart. Those two head to head. Here comes the Belmont winner, Birdstone. He's sweeping toward the lead on the outside. He's now third. Eddington is fourth. And the cliff's edge is powering up on the outside. As the field turns for home, Lionheart has come up empty. Birdstone up for the lead. Birdstone in front. Purge is battling with him on the outside, the cliff's edge. Eddington is fourth at the rail. Birdstone at the eighth pole with the lead. The cliff's edge takes it to him. Zeno 1-2 with the 16th to go. And little Birdstone digs down. The cliff's edge could not get to him in the darkness at Saratoga. Birdstone has won the 135th Belmont Stakes. His stablemate, the cliff's edge, was second. Eddington was third. And Purge was fourth.